Hey, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim Kabadash. Hey, this is your brother Elder Ayathan back at you with another video. And this video is inspired by Apostle Elder Tahar's video he recently did. I believe it was yesterday. And he went into probiotics, apple cider vinegar, gut health basically. So it inspired me to do this video, because I get into this type of thing, this topic. So basically, I watched his video. I watched maybe 3/4 of it, and I'm trying to remember everything he said. But he went into probiotics, kefir, right? Which kefir is good if you're allergic to dairy. I wouldn't suggest taking kefir. Kefir is a dairy product, but kefir and yogurts. Mostly Greek yogurts, they have probiotics in them, and what probiotics do is they help your body digest your food, because what digests food in your body are enzymes. So probiotics have live enzymes in them. Okay, so you get the kefir. They got different flavors. Kefir actually tastes good. I love kefir, but it is dairy, so if your body doesn't do well with dairy, I would stay away from it. So an alternative to that is kombucha, which Apostle Tahar drinks a lot. The apostles, they pretty much, I believe, all drink it, but kefir is good. Kombucha. Also, sauerkraut and cabbage is good for the intestine. Also, if you can have kefir and you don't want to, and you want to stay away from the other stuff I mentioned, a good alternative, right? A good alternative is live enzymes. So you can straight up buy live enzymes in capsules, and you swallow it. And a lot of people that have issues with food, allergic reactions to different types of food, they will get prescribed, the doctor or the physician will tell them to take live enzymes, okay, which you could buy on Amazon, anywhere. They come in capsules. When you're younger, our bodies are less beat down, by the elements in the air, the food, and the water. So when you're young, your colon, your intestine, your digestive tract, everything's fresh. But as we get older, they call it a slow death. Through the process of a slow death, which is the air that we breathe, the foods that we eat, which are loaded with hormone disruptors. Pesticides are hormone disruptors. Loaded with look, if you go to Home Depot right now, right? If you go to Home Depot and you buy some weed killer, a weed killer you take and you spray it, or sometimes you put it in some water, or you funnel it through a hose and you spray the weeds with it. Roundup makes a weed killer. If you go to Home Depot and you buy a weed killer, right, and you spray it on your vegetables by accident or your food, and you call the place up and you say, look, I sprayed your weed killer on my vegetables by accident. How do I get it off? You know what they're going to tell you? They're going to tell you to don't eat it, to root out all the plants and throw them out. So that's how bad the shit is, right? For you, for your body, because it will jack your ish up. But this is the same stuff that they put industrial grade weed killers and pesticides on our foods in the supermarket, but they don't say anything about that. And we've been eating that since we were kids. So through the process, through years upon years upon years of our bodies being beat down and just hit with these different poisons, well, your body develops digestive issues, because the enzymes it once had, when you're younger, to digest nuts and some certain type of dairy, which really dairy, a lot of dairy we're not supposed to have anyway, so we're not supposed to have dairy from cows, but when we're younger, our body can handle it if your digestive system is optimal, But like I said, through years and years and years of getting hit with these poisons, this slow death. And the reason why they do it like that is that way you can't trace where it comes from. Years down the line, you develop symptoms. You have no idea. You try everything. This is why you may try herbs. You may do, a lot of things, but you just seem to can't get rid of the condition you have. It's because the condition you have is a conglomerate of different poisons that you've been taking in since a young age, and there's no way to trace it, So I'm trying to stay on topic because I could run out. How we could run on with this stuff. So probiotics. You can do the probiotics. You can do the kefir. Apostle Tar was mentioning that it's basically it's live enzymes. It's live organisms that are in your body. And what doctors love to do is they love to give you antibiotics. Okay, they'll give you huge doses of antibiotics. Antibiotics really take I believe it's about 7 days, 8 days to actually do the job, okay? And the reason why and that's a whole different topic, but those antibiotics, they do a real number on your system. They basically, just like Apostle Tar said, it kills all the bacteria in your body, the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. But the thing is, the good bacteria is there to fight the bad bacteria. So when you take these antibiotics, if you notice, a lot of people that got sinus issues or other issues, they take the antibiotics. The thing might go away, but then it comes back with even more rage. It's because you killed all the good bacteria, which were the soldiers that was fighting the war. You killed them all. So now it's just open season for all the bad bacteria because it's coming back because you didn't kill the root of the problem. All you did is you put a simple quick fix like a Band-Aid. You didn't kill the root of the problem. So the root of the problem, which might be a diet, something you're breathing in, you might have mold, whatever it is. So that symptom is going to come back, but it's going to come back with more force because you killed all your soldiers, with the antibacteria, medicines. So whenever you take antibacteria, it's good to take probiotics to replenish, your flora, which is, in your intestines where all the good bacteria live, even the ocean, everything got good and bad bacteria. There's always a balance to everything. So he mentioned apple cider vinegar, which I got. So vinegar is good stuff. You always make sure you get it with the mother. With the mother is that stuff flowing inside, Right, so you can buy this, and you just got to make sure it's including the mother. The most well-known brand I think is Bragg's, but this one's Kirkland. I think I might have got this. Damn, what else I want to say? So let me just show you, brothers and sisters, what I take, man. I will show you my cabinet. I got a cabinet full of just full of herbs, on top of my shelf up there it's all herbs, bulk powders, different minerals and stuff. Oh, so since I said minerals, I want to, something I just found out, which makes a whole lot of sense, is that, everything that Esau does, right? Scriptures say never trust thine enemy. Everything he gives us is poison. Bottled water. Bottled water is straight up poison. Okay? Let me tell you what bottled water does. Water naturally has minerals in it. Okay? It naturally has minerals in it. I have a sister in Cali, right? She used to stay in San Diego, and they would go to a well, a natural well. Now, I'm gonna say this: all states have natural wells. You could find one that's in your state, and you could go there and bottle your own water. It's like 5 cents a gallon, 50 cents a gallon. It's dumb cheap compared to what you get in the stores. And there's natural water with all the minerals in it, just like in the ancient days. Now, this water that my sister used to get in California, if you drink that water, you get sick. You can't drink too much of it. Not because it's bad, but it's because the water that we're used to has 0 minerals in it. So when you drink that water, it's like too much for your body to handle at one time. You gotta ease into it. Okay? You gotta ease into it. Now the water we drink, the bottled water we get from the supermarket, number one, the majority of them, the most famous ones are acidic. Poland Springs, that's the first one that come off my mind. Poland Springs, Nestle's a big name brand. Nestle, that company Nestle, I believe they own McDonald's too. Nestle owns a ton of brands that you don't know about. I believe Coca-Cola might be a part of Nestle. But there's a lot of bottled waters that fall under the Nestle umbrella. Poland Springs is one. What's that other one, man? I know a lot of brothers like to drink that Core, I think it's called. That's all garbage. Nestle is garbage. Poland Spring is garbage. What's that other one? There's another one. Smart Water. It's all garbage, man. They're all pretty much garbage. Then you got the ones that they might have 9.0 pH balance, which that's not even natural, you know. A natural balance around 7.5, you know, 9.5 and 10, that's artificial. And it's artificially alkaline. It's not naturally alkaline, you know. If you brothers think I'm wrong on that, you could put in a comment board, put the information. But I'm pretty confident that you're not going to find natural water on the earth that's 10.0, you know. But here's the thing with those waters. Number one, the majority of them are acidic. Number two, there's zero minerals. Now, the reason water naturally it leaches minerals. That's why water has minerals in it. Good water from lakes, you know, because it leaches it from the soil. This is why you got to take care of the soil. This is why there's a land Sabbath, you know. Now the soil has minerals in it. The scriptures tell you that the bread of the earth is underneath, where the lava. So the nutrition of the earth comes from the soil, right? Everything that we eat, the animals that we eat, the plants that we eat comes from the soil. That's the bread of the earth. So bread is supposed to be nutritious. So the waters, guess what? What's underneath the water is land, right? The bread. So the water leaches the minerals out of the earth. This is why when you create a tincture, you know, you can use alcohol, but you can also drop something in pure water, and the elements of whatever you drop in there will seep into the water, because water leaches minerals. So guess what happens when you drink this garbage ass water that we drink? Now you can't see well. I drink not Poland Spring. I get 365 a lot, which it's supposed to be good alkaline water. Somewhere that it's got traces of cyanide. This was a couple of years ago. I think they changed it, you know. But this water, basically all the water we drink, man, there's pretty much no escape. They don't have minerals in it. So what happens is when you drink the water leaches the minerals out of your body. So whatever minerals you might have in your body, instead of the water giving you, this is why I like even with this water. And y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. A lot of times when I drink water, back here in my throat, I get like this dry feeling. Still, I might just drink some water and I get this weird dry feeling in the back, like right here in the back of my throat. And what it is your body's looking for minerals, you know? So water this is water they give us a drink. Number one, like I said, is mostly acidic. Number two is demineralized, right? Because it's processed. They put it through a chemical process. And so what it does when you drink it, because water sits inside of you and then you pee it out. Well, the reason why water turns a certain color is because going back to my point, it leaches and it filters everything out. Well, guess what? You know, they say don't drink too much water because you start peeing out your minerals. Well, this water right here has no minerals in it. So when you drink it, it straight up it just leaches whatever you have inside of your body, you know? So this is why it's good to get into the practice of putting minerals, restoring the minerals in your body, you know? And one good way to do it, and it's not fun or it's not tasty to do it, but I'm sure online, I know they do, they sell online. You could buy like mineral drops and you put them in your water. But until you do that, sea salt. Okay, you can take sea salt. Sea salt is naturally has minerals in it. And you just take some sea salt and you can put that in your water. All right? Or just make sure when you eat, you put sea salt on your food, all right? To put the minerals back in your body, because you know the water leaches it out of us. Now they sell mineral water, and I got to look more into that to see how do they actually put the minerals in there? What are the minerals they put in there? You know, I don't know if you could trust that either, but that's the deal with the water. Now in the morning time, my routine in the morning, I find myself, I eat a lot less than I used to. I changed my diet slowly but surely, and I'm slowly not needing a lot of meals. And even in the Apocrypha, it tells you very little sufficient for a man. You know, I was talking to my uncle the other day. He just came in from Korea. He's been there for like 20 years. And somehow we got into a conversation of diet. You know, he was telling me, we were talking about diet. And he was basically breaking down to me how the different countries where you would never see people that were sickly or obese, namely, you know, Korea, where he's at. He's telling me he noticed a change from like the 70s to 80s until now, because he's been over there that long. He said he noticed a change, how when they started adopting the American diet, they started getting obese. So now in Asia, you're starting to get obese people and kids that are just lazy and not as in, you know, they were known for smarts, right? The Asians, Moab, Ammon, but now the kids are starting to look like kids here in America, you know. Then we started talking about the Philippines, you know, Thailand and the Philippines, and we were talking about, he's talking about how the women there are way different than they are here in America, you know. Then we got into the diet over there, which over there they still keep a pretty, you know, their diet, which you don't see big people over there. You say, yeah, you might see a fat person maybe once every 6 months over there in the Philippines and Thailand, you know. And I watched a show. It wasn't Joe Rogan, but it was one of those Joe Rogan type shows. And there was a group of men that were living in Thailand, and they said they got a friend that would frequently go back here to America. He said whenever the friend would come back, that they would smell American. In other words, they would smell like chemicals and smell rotten. And that's because of the diet that they push here. You know, they push here a diet to where you got to engorge yourself. And really, you don't. The scriptures say very little sufficient for a man. So you could go off 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day. Now, what I do, the way I eat nowadays through the Spirit is every morning I start out with fruits. That my morning is fruits. So I've been making acai bowls, right? That's what I've been making in the morning. So it's acai with some granola, with blueberries, strawberries, raw honey. I'll mix it, and I'll mix a little protein powder in there. You know, I've got plant-based, or I might throw whey. You know, I might throw some whey in there. Whey is really not great for you, to be honest with you, but I take so little of it, and I don't eat dairy, and I take so little of it, it doesn't mess with me. Another good thing for you brothers, man, it's like it's gonna end up being a little long video. Another good thing for you brothers and sisters is this right here, collagen. You know, collagen is great, and the collagen comes from beef. It's not pork, right? Bovine, okay, that's beef. Collagen is great because just like it says here, scare hair and nails, gut and joint support, okay? And this is tasteless. You can mix this in anything. You don't even know this is there. This one I got here is vanilla, because this one tastes kind of banging. All right, so yeah, so I got that from Dick Gregory, man. He advocated that you eat fruits in the morning, and then you move on to vegetables at night. So what I do is in the morning, I eat all fruits, man. Keeps me nice and energized. Make sure you get go out and get some sun. Do some exercise. You don't have to go crazy, man. Over there in Asia, In Japan, you go on YouTube right now, you see 80-year-olds doing front levers, doing flags on poles, doing all the pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, because they got parks everywhere. They don't have Chuck E. Cheese, right? They got Chuck E. Cheese everywhere. They got parks with outdoor working equipment, and they just work out and walk around all day. You know what I'm saying? So you got like 70, 60-year-olds doing stuff 20-year-olds can't do over here. So it's important to get your exercise. What else? What else I want to say? So yeah, fruits in the morning. In the afternoon, what I usually do is I'll have carbs, sweet potato usually. Sweet potato with some vegetables on the side, you know? Whether it's broccoli, whether it's what do you call it, asparagus, whatever it is, mixed vegetables. I have some vegetables on the side, and what I'll do is I'll have like some nuts, you know, usually hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are great because it's complete protein. Okay, so I'll have hemp seeds for protein, and I might have meat, you know. The meat now I kind of have like once every other day, a couple times a week. And then at night, I'll have a huge salad. I'll have a salad at night. You know what I mean? I'll have a salad. And again, I'll use hemp seeds for protein. And if my body's telling me it wants, I'll have some fish, you know? Once you stop putting a lot of chemicals in your body, you start to know your body, what it needs and what it wants. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like lets you know. Like, I'm going to give you an example. I don't eat fruits in the morning. I don't eat meat too much anymore. This morning, my body was telling me I had a craving, you know, and not a sugar craving. So that's how I know it wasn't no parasites telling me it's hungry. But I had a craving for some fish. So I went to Benjamin. I got ackee and saltfish, you know, because that's what my body wanted. So I got that. I feel good. So that's what I have in what I pretty much take now every day. I take magnesium. This one from Amazon, and this one is good for your nervous system. Just keeps you calm. You know, one of the main killers of Jake, the systematic stress. You know, stress is engineered by the system, by Esau, to keep you down, and stress destroys your immune system as well. That's another reason why it's important to get out the house and get some sun, because yeah, it helps relieve stress, man. So I take this, which I say it works, man. It helps you sleep a lot better at night as well. So the Apostle Tahar mentioned Zupu, and a lot of bishops take it. And I know Apostle Tahar took it. I know about the rest of the apostles, but from what I hear, it works, you know. But when I need a good clean out, you know, if you don't get the Zupu, you could just use castor oil, man. Castor oil has been used for centuries. This is excellent to clean you out, and it's not chemically, it's natural. Castor oil comes from castor beans, and it's in other words, it's very smooth. You know, it's a very smooth exit. But if you buy castor oil, make sure you get hexane free. Hexane, Hexane. Hexane is a chemical that they put in a lot of castor oils. I guess to preserve it. I don't know why. Well, it's part of the processing, you know. But the best that I've found is this one here, Sky Organics. Benjamin makes good castor oil. If you can find castor oil with nothing in it, I believe this comes from Benjamin. But not to be biased, but Levi makes the #1 castor oil. If you're from Haiti, but that stuff is so good, man, that if you bring that on the plane with you, they'll throw it. They won't let you come to the States. You got to sneak it over somehow. But that shit from Haiti works wonders. So castor oil, man, is good just to take. It cleans out parasites. is great, like it says here, for your eyelashes, for your nails, for your joints. It's good on the skin for rashes. I mean, this is the first thing they used to give us when we were sick as a kid. But as far as why I brought this up is because of the Zupu that the apostle mentioned. This right here will clean you out very good. And all you need to do is you take, you could start out start out with like 1 teaspoon and work your way from there, because everybody's different. But if you've never taken it before, 1 teaspoon probably do you good. And yeah, man, you got to make sure you're home, because you'll go. And the more water you drink, the more comes out. Now, what I like to do is I like to mix it with apple cider vinegar. Now, if you mix with apple cider vinegar, more of an explosive reaction, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, it's gonna have a more of an explosive reaction, but it'll clean you out really, really good. You don't need the apple cider vinegar, but I definitely recommend it. Another thing I take, well, first thing I take in the morning, first 2 things I take, you know, of course you pray first, and then I take this. And also from Amazon, this is great, vitamin D3 and K2. K2 is found in leafy green vegetables like spinach, kale, right? If you find that you're falling asleep during the day or getting tired, yeah, get that vitamin D3, which you can get this just by spending enough time in the sun. I take that in the morning, and I also take this colloidal gold. Okay, take colloidal gold, and this is, yeah, like it says right here, cognitive function. This is great for just for brain function, keep you sharp and focused. As you know, our brains is basically just like a computer with circuit board, and electricity has to run across a circuit board. So our brain, which is our computer, is powered by electricity, right? So the reason why they put metals in our foods and in the air that we breathe and in our water is the metals that we consume. The metals, they block the electricity, all right? They disrupt the energy in our brain. You know, the energy field that basically blocks it, because there's a whole bunch of metals in there. You know, metal deflects energy. So you drop some metals in there, then that's why you feel foggy. You can't think straight, or you forget shit. It's because the electricity is getting blocked. You know, so the thoughts can't travel. So this is good. This is natural. This is gold, colloidal gold. You know, gold is the best conductor. Another thing you could do is you could eat a lot of not parsley. What's the other one? What is it? It's almost like parsley. It starts with a cilantro. Eat a lot of cilantro. Cilantro is a chelator, right? It's a metal chelator, which means that it leaches onto metals and gets them out of your system. I mean, brothers, I could go on. Brothers, I go on and on, but I don't want to make this video too long. It's already about to hit half an hour. Just want to see if there's anything else I want to show you. This here, mullein leaf. Mullein leaf is great for a lung detoxer and just for lung health. So anybody that smokes, if you got a rib or whoever that smokes, or you breathe in a lot of debris on your job, you breathe in a lot of debris, or you're working like a dusty environment, or you're an athlete, you know, and you just need more lung strength. Slide for all the noise. If you need more lung strength, mullein leaf is great. Okay. I got black seed oil here, which is great all around. And okay, one last thing I want to mention, and this is primarily for the sisters, this is for brothers too. A lot of sisters, they suffer from fibroids and endometriosis. And this is a heavy curse from the Most High, and it predominantly affects the black woman, so-called black woman, gets affected by this predominantly. And fibroids is basically, man, these fucking clumps that they collect in their uterus, and it make your stomach, it can make the stomach stick out if it's real bad. But it's clumps, right? And it can even be in the breast area. Sometimes you might feel a lump in your breast area for the women. If they find out that it's not non-cancerous, it's usually fibroid tissue, right? But it's usually collection in the uterus. Because the reason why women have periods, periods come out the uterus, is because period is a form of detoxification. Now, when there's so many toxins, this is why some women have heavy menstrual cramps and cycles, because they got a lot of toxins in them. And it's usually because of their diet. All that scrimp, all that lobster, the mussels, them, what do you call them, prawns, or prongs, whatever you call them things. Oysters, all that nastiness. You get fibroids, you get endometriosis. There's actually there's a woman who came up to Yahweh Shai, is one I believe that touched his garment, and he said he felt virtue leave him. She had basically a non-ending menstrual cycle, and most likely what she had was fibroids, or she might have had endometriosis, right? She probably had fibroids. And what that is basically like a cyst that your body creates. And what a cyst is, a tumor, a fibroid, is basically like your body taking in toxins in your inside of you and containing them into a containment center, like a damn concentration camp for toxins, and it holds it there, right? And they call that a cyst, right? This is why when you pop a cyst, you get a bunch of pus that comes out. Basically, a cyst is a bunch of toxins that your body is containing. Now, a woman, because her uterus is her main huge organ for detoxification, it traps up all the toxins there, and they form in lumps and clumps. Sometimes you might have a period and clumps come out. That's toxins that your body created. But sometimes it's too much, and it stays in your body in clumps, and then they call that fibroids. Now, fibroids, like I said, is from a bad diet. But what they say it is, and it's usually the case because this does come from a bad diet, is a hormone imbalance. And a hormone imbalance, remember what I said earlier about the foods we eat, they put hormone disruptors in there. So a hormone disruptor will give you hormonal imbalance, will give you symptoms, Acne. When you have a lot of acne, that's usually an imbalance of hormones. And you get imbalance of hormones of eating improperly or eating poisons. So it's a good idea to do a detox. If you want to go for real, you go on a raw food diet. That's the best detox you can go on. Just eat raw food for a period of time. You'll be surprised, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you'll be surprised of how you feel afterwards. But again, it's like it for the women. Again, an endometriosis is basically your body has a hard time shedding the lining, because that's another reason why women have periods, is to get rid of the egg and your uterus. The lining sheds. Now, when you have endometriosis, if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't shed, or it sheds too fast. It's one or the other. I forgot which it is. And it causes heavy bleeding, right? And the heavy bleeding is your body getting rid of all the shit. So when you go to the doctor, what they'll do is they'll give you birth control pills. And the birth control pills actually stop your menstrual cycle, which is not good, because that's how you detox. So the medical industry is no bueno, man, all right? So you females, a natural cure for that, for you sisters out there, is you could take maca root powder, right? Maca root powder for men and women. For men, black maca root powder is better for your testosterone. For women, is the red maca powder is good for balancing out your hormones. You also have something called for the women called fenugreek. Fenugreek, if you're pregnant or lactating, fenugreek will make your body produce more milk. You know, like your breasts will get big and fat with milk. You know, but it's also a hormone balancer. But as like so, those are things to balance out your hormones, which eventually is a long-term cure for all those things. Now, if you're suffering from those right now, what you can do, you take blackstrap molasses. I might have here also, brothers and sisters, if you have iron deficiencies, you could take blackstrap. Blackstrap molasses is high in all sorts of minerals, but it's very high in iron. You know, so if you're taking iron supplements already, I wouldn't take blackstrap, or just do away with your iron supplement, because blackstrap is loaded. I had some here somewhere, I thought. Yeah, so for you ladies, you sisters out there, when you take the blackstrap molasses, if you have fibroids mainly, I'm not sure about how well it is for endometriosis. I'm sure it's the same thing, because blackstrap molasses will add minerals in your body that you're missing. But I know for fibrosis, blackstrap molasses mixed with the apple cider vinegar will do the trick. So after a couple weeks, you should notice if it's working. You know, everything's up to the Lord, man. The Lord, the Most High, and with it, you're not going to get better no matter what you take. You know, the apostles knew. I'm talking about the apostles during the time of Yahushua. I'm thinking of disciples during that period. They had a much better knowledge of herbs, I'm sure, than we do now. Paul was very knowledgeable, and he couldn't get rid of his ailment, whatever it was that he prayed to the Lord to take away. So ultimately, it's up to the Lord. But because our ailments are a result of the curses and us sinning. That's why Yahushua, when he would heal somebody, he would say, "Sin no more." Okay. Now, you take the blackstrap molasses. Take about a teaspoon, and you take a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. You do that in the morning. You could do that at night in the form of a tea or something like that. And if it's working, you'll notice that you're gonna have your next period, you should have a lot less bloating. And when you menstruate, it might get heavy. You might even see clumps coming out. If you see clumps coming out, don't be alarmed. That's the fibroids leaving your system. And those clumps, they're nasty, like masses of shit, you know, like stuff your body's been holding. But that's a good thing. For blackstrap molasses, also a natural cure for gray hair, and for baldness. You know, a lot of men suffer from male pattern baldness, they call it. You know, which that stuff comes with age anyway. But in this system we live in, you get it prematurely. You know, that's why some brothers got better, won't get grays till later. Some get it real early, because we all ate different. Chemicals hit us all differently. But in this day and age, people get gray early because of stress and just because of the lack of minerals. You know, so blackstrap molasses is a way to start bringing the color back naturally. You know, if your grays are a result of mineral deficiency, you might just naturally have grays because you just got them. But if you have it because of mineral deficiencies, blackstrap molasses, you know, they say about 6 months you'll start seeing the color come back. That's it, brothers. You know, and sisters, I kind of went on a little ramble and all that. I think that's all I got for right now through the Spirit. So I hope this helped, man. Like I said, this was inspired by the video by Elder Apostle Tahar that he did. And so I just want to throw this up there, see if anything else I got up in here that I want to share. Here's another good one, man. Moringa leaf powder is awesome. Especially if you work out, man. Beetroot is good. I order all these from bulksupplements.com. Beetroot is great. Bladderwrack is awesome. Burdock root. Oops. Now, oh yeah. Now, brothers and sisters, You got to have the sea moss, man. Gotta have the sea moss. You go online, learn how to make this joint yourself. You can buy the powder, or you can buy the actual it's basically seaweed, man. Okay. So what I do when I make my sea moss, I make it with sea moss, burdock root, bladderwrack. Burdock root is a blood purifier, and I put moringa leaf in there as well. Moringa is good for mood support. Okay, does it say on the back? It is considered a superfood. Yeah, miracle tree. Yeah, it's good for mood support. And sometimes I put maca in my sea moss as well. You know. What else I got over here? So this right here, I don't know. Apostle Roundlop said this might be a no-go, so I got to look into it. But cordyceps extract is good for brain function, man. If you got like sleep apnea or something like that, some mushrooms are great. They say for to bring back your brain function. Long Jack, this for my pre-workout when I work out. This is good for brothers. This is you brothers. If you know you trying to how should I say? If you're trying to put the hammer on somebody, this is great. Lion's mane, right? Lion's mane is good for brain function, cognitive function. Another thing I got, brothers, you know, sisters as well. D-Manos. This is a must-have, man. D-Manos. D-Manos keeps your urinary tract clean. So basically, D-Manos is a sugar, and parasites and other of those type of organisms are attracted to sugar. So when you have a UTI infection, okay, the UTI infection is attracted to sugar, you know. So what you do is you take this D-Manos, and the D-Manos is basically makes your UTI, your urinary tract, very slippery because of those I'll call them parasites that give you the UTIs. They have hooks, and what they do is they hook because it's because it's in your urinary tract. So when you pee, them little fuckers, they need a way for them not to be spewing out when you take a piss. So they have little hooks on their claws, and they hook into your urinary tract. So when you pee, them motherfuckers just hang on and shit, you know? So when you take the D-Manos, all right, they get attracted because it's sugar. It's literally sugar. But what it does, the D-Manos, it coats your urinary tract and makes it slippery. So they get attracted to it, and they start munching on it. And when you take a whiz, they can't clamp onto your tract because the D-Manos made it slippery. Good stuff, man. Always, you know, especially for you brothers that's messing around out there. Cayenne pepper is my favorite herb. I mean, this has so many benefits. I mean, that's a whole nother video just on this by itself. Well, yeah, since we're going into gut health, this is great for gut health as well. But you don't want to take capsules if you got something wrong with your stomach. You want to take teaspoons, you know. And why? And I think I'm gonna end the video on this because the capsules basically shock your body. Because basically the cayenne pepper, look, your tongue is an organ. Your tongue does a whole lot of stuff too. When you eat herbs and you eat any food, your tongue has enzymes in it. Your taste buds send signals to your digestive system. You start releasing your saliva's enzymes, so the digestion really starts in your mouth before you get to your stomach. That's where the food starts getting digested, in your mouth. That's why you chew and it turns into mulch. And you got all the digestive enzymes doing their thing, and you swallow it, and your body's already working on it. But, I'll give you another example. Here's another one for you, brothers and sisters. Just to prove to you what I'm saying. That your mouth, your taste buds, and your saliva has signals that send signals down to your gut and to your body. Is a baby. Do you know that when a baby is sucking on the mother's nipple, that's why it's good to breastfeed, all right? Because all that baby formula you buy in the store is pure garbage. Gerber, pure garbage, man, all right? But when a baby breastfeeds, the saliva communicates with the mother's body through the nipple, and the saliva tells, because the baby. This is why women have crazy ass cravings when they're pregnant. Okay, because the baby will tell the through the nipple and the saliva, it'll communicate with the mother's body and tell it what it needs. All right, so the mother's body will start creating that whatever the baby's body needs, whatever mineral it needs or vitamin, whatever it needs, the mother's body will create it. So the mother has cravings for certain types of food, and they eat it, and the body could create any medicine in the world. Okay, all it needs is the right ingredients, the right herbs. Your body could cure anything. Okay, by itself, no medical system. So the mother's body will actually create like a factory what the baby needs and put it in the milk. Okay, so my point is that when you take herbs and any food, it starts communicating to your body. Your body knows it's coming down the hatch. Okay, when you take capsules, there's no communication there. You swallow it, and it just kind of poof, explodes in your stomach. You know, digests, and boom, your body's like, oh shit, what the hell is this? You know? So, if you have stomach issues, just take the cayenne pepper, mix it in something, put it in your food, or if you're raw, you know how I do, you just take a spoonful of it and down it with water. You know? When it's on your tongue, it sends a signal to your body to let it know, look, it actually does a fucking computation. This is coming down the hatch. Prepare for it. So when it comes down, your body already knows. It's already expecting it, you know? So anyway, brothers and sisters, with that, I think that's it, man. Through the spirit, you know, we always like to throw scriptures out there, man. But I threw some scriptures in there from the Apocrypha. You know, I spoke about Yahweh Shai, with the woman that had the menstrual cycle. But the scriptures say that Yahweh Shai shall come with healings in his wings. These bodies are prisons, right? These are prisons, okay? And we're waiting for Yahweh Shai to give us the new bodies. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to give us the new bodies, to where John said, he said, look, he's going to wipe all tears from our eyes. And that includes just being sick, man. Sickness and death. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's tough to see your son and your daughter or your parents or a brother, you know, just sickly, man, in the hospital. You know, but it's what we got to suffer right now. It's part of the curses. But the Lord did give us herbs to help us along the way. And, you know, certain brothers are knowledgeable of the herbs, you know. And it's a blessing, you know, it's a blessing. So it's good to get in. You know, we go into everything over here, man, at GMS. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. I'll praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kaukudash, Barakatham. I hope it was edifying. Shalom.